What's up with JG603 back with a YouTube video. Appreciate everybody who checked out last week's live stream. If you haven't done so, it's in a different spot on the channel. Kind of, to be honest, a little hard to find, but it was an absolute blast. Truly one to remember. We maybe pulled the chase we've been chasing for count them 5 years. Pulled a, we'll call it vintage pack out of a mystery booster that we got from Walgreens. Absolute chaos. Trust me, if you guys haven't checked that out, please do so. But what are we here for today? Don't talk about yesterday. What are we here for today? Well, you clicked on the video. You know what we got. We finally got a brand new product. Very rarely do we actually get a hold of these things, as we have got White Flare, Black Bolt. Took a second to figure out which side was on which, and we cannot wait to dive into these booster bundles. I'll be honest, not a set I was overly anticipating, but we've got a new set kind of release week. We're a happy camper. Beggars can't be choosers. Let's dive on in and see what we got. Let's get it. We're going to start out with the White Flare Acciones. Again, I'll be honest, not really overly familiar with what I'm going to be getting from each box, each set. Coming in pretty blind, as we often do with the new sets. I think it just makes for a more fun watch when, you know, I don't really know what to expect. What could be around every corner, every turn, if you will. Let's check it out. So we do give away these code cards in every single video. Make sure you have the note bell being activated because they do go quick. We have a decent authority. They do indeed. One should be the card trick. And let's dive on and hopefully the can. Oh, okay. So right out the gate, again, new set. I love the different energy. I like the background on it, kind of the checkerboard approach. Big fan. We got a Frillish, Duat, Blitzel, Zuelius, Giggleth, Sigilf. They are just making me work for those last two. Hilda, we got a Boldor, and look at this. We got the Pokey Ball background. Not a Master Ball per se, but we're going to assume that is a hit here on this set. We've got a Lampent reverse. And a Hilda full art trainer is going to be our first pack, first pull. A little bit of magic here. Ooh, it's magic. Don't copyright me for that, please. I wouldn't appreciate it. Well, you know what they say, gotta catch them all, and we gotta pull them all here. Decent start so far. Once again, appreciate you guys for coming through here today. One more time, if you haven't checked out the most recent uploads, make sure you do so. We are on an absolute heater here on the channel. Legendary stuff, if I do say so myself, though. A little bit biased. With Zeb Stricka, we got an energy retrieval. We got a Cottonee. And we got a Cofagrigus. Can't do that one. But look at the new reverse as well. Kind of like lines going through it. And I absolutely love that because I did have a bit of an issue with the regular reverses in Holo. But this is very cool. You got the design across the whole card. Again, normally I wouldn't be going through each card quite so long. But this is definitely different than what we normally see. For well, I guess I said reverse, but that is a holo because again you can see the that's a cool card right there. That is pretty sweet so far. Kind of liking what I'm seeing, not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, not gonna lie. So we have an exciting couple weeks coming up here in the channel. We've got some more mystery products. We got some new products that we haven't opened in the channel, including something we didn't dive into during that live opening. We showed off that Charizard statue box. We'll dive into that. We've got our next Pokey Power. We've gotten through Wizards of the Coast. Well, guess what? Double Heatmores, guess what? Oh, a beautiful Zuelius full art. We're kind of hot right now, folks. And then we got a Keldeo EX. Absolutely nuclear early on today, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, like what we're seeing. But anyways, as we were saying, we also have the next, which is going to be, we're diving into the Ruby and Sapphire era, EX era here. Going to be a little bit hit or miss on which box we have. I'll be the first to tell you, I know we don't have Sandstorm, which is a bummer, but again, we were moving kind of between channel focuses, so to speak. But we're going to get that thing going once again, and look at this beautiful energy. Wow. Oh, I absolutely love that design. That literally looks like ripples in water. That is a beauty. Chef's kiss. I don't know if we got a hot box or it's a hot set, but so far so good. We got a Giggleth. Once again, get the Pokeball background here. We got a Gothitelle. And we got a Chandelure. That's a song, right? Sia? No? Dated reference. Very topical. Very extremely topical. Up to date. all that stuff, all of it. So nothing great in that pack there. I fear we may have talked ourselves out of what was some fantastic luck, and never mind. We're back from outer space. Look at this. Look at this beauty. I gotta say, not as good looking as the blue one, but man, that energy hollow always hits different to me. I do enjoy a good hollow energy. We got Trubbish the Rubbish, Vanillux, we got Sock, Druddigon, we got Ignition, the remix to it, and again Chandelure, horribly off center too, my word. All right, last pack of white flares. So far, I like what I'm seeing. I like the design changes on the cards. I think we hit, again, I don't know, you know, the exact prices and stuff, but I gotta say, I feel pretty decent about that first box there. I feel pretty decent there. There's your code card. Let's check out this final pack. Fighting Energy, very nice. All right, what do we got here? We got a Deerling with the Pokeball background. We got a Zweilous, and we're ending on a Whimsicott EX Beauty. Not bad. I like what I got from that set there. So, of course, kind of a dual set. Here's the other half here, the Reshiram to the Zekrom. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. All right, a little bit of dead air there. I know I could just trim that on out, but those precious 3 seconds. Do we need those? We might. You might want those back. I do apologize. I do apologize. Never dead air. Never. Came with some force. Oh, nice. Another hollow energy basic, though, as basic can be. We got Rufflet. We got Darumaka. Got Minccino. Very nice. The Pokeball background there. We got a Snivy, and we've got a Victini. All right, Victini. Not the way we want to start this box. We'll at least walk away with the Pokeball background, Minccino, and the basic energy hollow. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Another Fighting Energy. Couple of those here. I am absolutely fighting the pull rates right now. And we might be coming out on top. Another Pokeball background. Got Clink, Clank. Boom! Zekrom EX. Love to see that. Zekrom looking like a beauty here. Absolutely love that. The pack art himself. Very nice. Very nice. Cannot possibly complain when you're pulling EXs, when you're pulling hollow energies. Can't complain. Fireball. Sorry, I love that Drillbur. That is one of the cutest cards ever. We've got a Whirlipede. We've got a Golurk, and we've got a Thundurus. Again, love the new hollows. Very nice. Can't complain too much about that. Not sure if that's just because, you know, it's kind of a specialty set as we're getting ready for another era, so to speak, in the Pokemon TCG. Which means more Charizards to be had. When one era ends, all that means is they're ready to drop another Charizard set. Caracosta, we got Clang, and we got a Zekrom EX. Full art beauty right there. A pair of Zekroms in this box here. Not too shabby. A pair remains. Let's see what we got. Not too bad, though. I like this set. Again, you know, I think Destiny Rivals definitely would look to get more, but I think Journey Together was all right. For me at least, but I like this set right here. I feel like not only the fresh feel, you know, as new sets have, but kind of the middle specialty sets do kind of tickle my fancy a little bit, not gonna lie here. We got a Fungus, Among Us, we got an Electros, and then we got Volcarona. Sorry, that actually, there's a chance the overlords might strike me on that. That too much. Nah, I think we have 15 seconds. I think we should be all right. If I did that for 15 seconds, I deserve to get a copyright strike. To be honest with you, that's too long of a bit. Too long. I love a good bit. All right, last pack here, ladies and gentlemen. Cubchooachu, Escavalier, Chinchino, Bisharp, Maractus the Cactus, and we're ending on a Haxorus. I gotta say, a little bit more luck on the white flare than the black bolt, but I do tell you, end of the day, I'm liking this set. If I can find a way to get more of this, absolutely will be locked and loaded, open more on the channel. But until then, that's all we got for you today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, activate all that good stuff. Y'all been the best, y'all been too sweet, and I'll catch you next time. Woo! Appreciate you. Bye.